Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and it has just broke that Microsoft has done a complete about-face, a reversal on their DRM decisions that they've made so far. Here we go. So if you don't know Giant Bomb, they're a well-established, well-known website. I've been checking them out for years. They do reviews with personality and such. I'll throw a link in the description to this article, but their website's down at the moment. Anyway, they have a source at Microsoft who leaked that they're changing everything they do about DRM. In particular, no more always-on requirement. The console no longer checks in every 24 hours. All game discs will work on the Xbox One as they do on the Xbox 360. The internet connection is only required when initially setting up the console. All downloaded games will function the same whether they're online or offline. No additional restrictions on trading games or loaning discs. And by the way, additional restriction was interesting to me because there are restrictions even now on these things. Like for a lot of the EA games have DRM built into them and online codes and stuff like that. And then the last thing is the region locks have been dropped, which is I have no idea what the benefit of a region lock is in the first place. It's something maybe you guys know and you can tell me in the comments. But to me, making your stuff only work in some places is stupid. Like it's the equivalent of me saying, "All right, you can't watch my videos if you're in Germany." No reason, just cause I don't like people seeing my videos from all over the place. It's stupid. I don't understand the motivation in the first place. Maybe there's something there I'm not seeing. But anyway, let's talk more about this. Some of the things that they did with DRM was to protect themselves from bad stuff. For example, today on the Xbox 360, you have to have your CD in there to play the game all the time. Even if you install the game to your hard drive, like I do for my most played ones, you still have to have the CD in there. There are some advantages. I'm a little off topic because the CD drive doesn't wear out. It makes less noise. And if the disc has a scratch, it usually still works fine if it's installed to your hard drive. They just want to check and make sure you have the disc, and it can usually do that even with a scratch. But you have to have the disc in there, and that's kind of the old-fashioned way of doing DRM. In the future, they're changing that up. And what they did is they had the Xbox check in every day to make sure that you were licensed to use the software that was installed on that. Now there's no more daily check-ins. Are they going to take that away? If they're smart, they just check in when you start the game and make sure that you're licensed to use it. There was no reason to do a daily check-in in the first place. No reason to disable the hardware that you paid good money for because, that check-in didn't work that day. But the software, I presume, if you're not licensed to use it, won't work without it. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to handle it. If there's no more daily check-in to make sure that your stuff is legit, does that mean there's a check-in at the time of startup? Does that mean that you need to be connected to use the software you have? Does that mean we're reverting to the old system of you need the disc in there to work just like it does on the Xbox 360? I'm not sure. It was a cool feature not needing the disc in there. Does the fact that there's no more daily check-in take away that cool feature? I guess we'll find out. An internet connection only being required when they set up the console, to me, implies that they're going back to the does he have the disc in there based, anti-piracy measure. But I guess we'll find out sometime in the future. One of the things I'm really curious about, because I like watching console wars, as much as you guys think I'm biased, I just really enjoy the show. The PS4 has been favored so seriously that I wonder if people are willing to forgive Microsoft even if they change their policies. That's what I'm curious to sit back and watch and enjoy. Removing the DRM doesn't change the fact that the Xbox is still $100 more. That's still a problem. That's still a demon that they need to battle. Removing the DRM doesn't change the fact that the Kinect is, I want to say it's watching you. Of course, that problem's kind of overplayed, and you can turn it off with software. The Kinect thing might be a really good example of people just hating anything they do, perhaps as an outflow of their DRM policy. And now that that's fixed, will people say, all right, I get that the Kinect's not really staring at me, just like my phone's camera and my laptop's camera isn't really staring at me all day either. Or will they just, continue to dislike everything Microsoft does because coming out of the gate, they were stupid and they talked about television and sports nonstop and things like that. So, I don't know. The console wars to me just got a little more interesting. What was a runaway victory from PlayStation is now maybe a two-man race, just because Microsoft stopped being as stupid as Microsoft was being a couple weeks ago. We'll sit back, we'll watch, and see how things go. So I'm curious, after watching this and assuming that this is true, have you changed your opinion at all? Are you still on Team PlayStation, or are you forgiving Microsoft? Maybe Microsoft's other mistakes are too much to overlook. I don't know. I like watching console wars. So, leave a comment and let me know which one you think is going to be the cool system, given that there's a change of scenery lately.